Hello everyone, I'm Santiago and today I'm gonna be testing RoboCop Rogue City demo on the Steam Deck. So this is a new game from the creators of Terminator Resistance, which is a game I really enjoyed. It was basically a AA game and this is no different. It's yet another AA game from them, from an older franchise. So resolution 800p, upscaling you have XeSS, TAA, TSR, FSR 2.2, and I'm using XeSS on this one. FSR 2 looks horrible in this game, very pixelated. It's like watching an old VHS tape. So XeSS performance, which is 50% resolution, 400p on the Steam Deck screen. You can get away with it, but still pretty soft. Medium settings, low effects to be able to maintain 30, and that's basically it. Let's get into the game. So now that we are into the game, let me show you the entire stats. We're basically at 30 FPS and there is shader compilations that are every once in a while. More on my main PC than on the Steam Deck. But my main issue is that the reflections are super grainy, especially when using upscaling. I mean, look at this, the ground looks, well, very grainy. Same with the lighting, it's kind of weird. So, I mean, it's playable, but you're sacrificing the resolution quite a bit. But XeSS actually surprises me more and more each time. So this is when you start combat. And as you can see here, there's destructible environments. Well, destructible props, better said. And I've been playing this on my main computer. That runs it way better, of course. And it's a very fun game, but the performance here is absolutely dreadful. I mean, the graphics are pretty good. Not amazing. But, I mean, yeah. I wouldn't say the performance is justified. Let's just leave it at that. I do like the sound of the guns when you do a headshot. That's super satisfying. And the gore is there. So I like the game so far, what I played on my PC. But the performance on the Steam Deck is pretty poor. I mean, this literally runs like an Unreal Engine 5 game. Medium to low settings, 50% resolution, at 30 FPS with some drops. It basically runs like Remnant 2. So, that's freaking crazy. Crazy in a bad way, because at least Remnant 2 has nanites. But I won't lie, I enjoyed what I played of this game, before making this video, of course. So yeah, let's get into the elevator. But I'm happy that the guys behind the Terminator game are behind this one. They really got to the sweet spot, I'd say, with other franchises making AA games. Anyway, before continuing, let's give you a few recommendations, apart from XeSS. In frame rate, lock it to 30. So instead of using the Steam Deck's 30 FPS cap, use this one. There's no latency whatsoever. And maybe, I know this is a hot topic on PC, motion blur on because we're at 30. Okay. Actually, it's not so bad. I hardly notice the motion blur. So this should give you slightly better battery life and it will be more stable in general. So now let's jump into handheld mode so you can see how it looks in the smaller screen. Alright guys, welcome back. Now we're in handheld, same settings, 30 FPS cap. Apologies in advance for the bad gameplay because controller. I was using a mouse and keyboard while connected to the capture card. So yeah. There we go. Actually, in the smaller screen, it looks pretty good. I was expecting it to look horrible, but it's actually a good XeSS implementation. FSR though looks horrible, so I recommend you do not use FSR on this one. But I'm so disappointed about the performance on this one, especially being a AA game. As you can see, destructible environments I like, and well, and gore, blood splatter. I wish it ran better than this. Again, the performance makes no sense. And also the shader compilation stutter is also a thing. On the Steam Deck less than on PC though, which is interesting. I usually expect the Steam Deck to have serious issues when there's shader compilation stutter. So this one at least has that exception. But that's just the minimum. So yeah, it's kind of heartbreaking, because I'm enjoying the game quite a bit. I played the entire demo. You can play more than an hour. It's like small open worlds, so hub areas that look open but they're not, and you have side missions and all that. So yeah, if you like Terminator Resistance and you're a fan of RoboCop, you're probably going to like this. I personally never watched the movies because they were pretty old, never was interested, but I know it exists, and I know the memes around some of the scenes with extreme violence. I'm happy they kept that in here. And well, this will give you like 100 minutes of battery, 90 minutes maybe, because it's at full tilt, the Steam Deck, even look at 30 FPS. So yeah, fun game, but performance is very, very poor. So yeah, what a shame. I would say, oh, this is a demo, the game releases next month, it should be fixed. I don't think they can fix this in a month. I mean, if it happens, awesome, but I have my huge doubts about it. Also, on my main PC, this part, after analyzing this box, crashes. So I'm not sure what happens there. I was able to get a save file to skip over it, but let's see if it crashes here as well. On my PC should crash right here. Yeah, but here it doesn't. Good. Now I can skip over this part and keep playing the game. That's wonderful. As you can see, reflections, very grainy. But I mean, look at this destruction, it's super cool. I mean, it's not like we are tearing down walls like in Battlefield 3 or 4. But the props are very destructible. And I love how the glass shatters. I mean, many props being destructible in a firefight. I dig it. And it's a game that doesn't take itself seriously, so in that way it's probably faithful to the movie. Because it looks like it's just the producers having fun. Especially some of the side missions on this. It was pretty funny. So yeah. As of right now, I would say, yeah, you can play it on Steam Deck, but it'll be pretty poor. Especially considering, well, we're using performance XeSS. And going for the lowest settings doesn't do anything in that case. Upscaling is the way to go. But it's playable, and on the smaller screen, it's passable. You can play it just fine. But there's a lot of sacrifices, and again, considering the scope of the game, I was expecting much more on the performance side. Especially from a AA studio. The environments are cool, RoboCop looks good, but then the character animation is pretty poor, the facial animation is also pretty poor. which again is expected from a game of this tier, a AA game, but it shouldn't excuse the performance that it has right now. So yeah, awesome game so far, at least in my opinion, but I wish it ran better. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.